So hello guys, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be playing GamersGoMakers again. It's been a couple months since I played this before, and sadly 2 years since anyone started developing it again. So, that was badly worded, but the development's basically been abandoned, but I still want to play it, especially since I've been playing Game Dev Tycoon. There's things from this game I miss. So let's get started. As usual, I'll be using the name game generator in the bottom. The game name generator, sorry for that. And the same details as usual. So, I'm going to be using the trends in this game a bit more than the the game name generator. So, I'm going to be seeing what trend comes up, clicking the game name generator until I get a name that fits. So, this is just the beginning, which is quite interesting here. Basically, you level up which skills your first developer, aka you, will be best at, which will affect just how the games come out in all these aspects later on, which I really like. I'll be choosing my own country, which is South Africa, proudly. Although not so proud of my government anyway. Now I just get to choose my wallpaper, and I'm just going to stick with the defaults. So, quick explanation, just to get things along into the gameplay. On the top right, you'll see my finances. I have $50,000, and every time money will be added or taken away, you'll see it in this white box. Top left, you'll see what I'm doing in this box. And just below that, you will see the trends coming up and who else is making games. And yes, you'll see other developers and what they're doing. It's interesting. So there's a strong trend for jungle games coming up, so I'm going to click the game name generator a few times and see what comes up. Be right back. So, I got something, but I don't think it's very fitting, but I kind of don't care. I am Mike Hawk, which is the very common Tony Hawk's brother joke, so I just got a Tony Hawk's game coming up, and Tony Hawk's Worm in the Dark, so how can I resist? I'm sorry. You can be disappointed in me as much as you like, so I'm going to be doing an action platformer, because in this generation, in this era, everybody was quite big on platformers. And in this one they're quite sick of it, but there are so many. Oh, I guess I'll just stick to Tony Hawk's Worms. Slightly disappointing, but still amusing in its own fashion. Okay, so here you just get to choose which kind of graphics and sound design and video you want, but I don't have any options yet. For multiple reasons, the technology is not aged, and I haven't researched anything yet. So, since I'm doing this kind of game, let's go into graphics, sound design, game writing, and just to explain this screen, basically, I get a certain amount of points, as you can see here, I have 0 left, and I get to allocate them in what do I think is most important in this genre. So, gameplay is obviously important in an action game, so I put that up. And I put everything up to about where I think it should be, though maybe that. And we'll just see how it goes, because level design in a platformer, I'd assume that's pretty important, wouldn't you? So, let's get going with that and resume the game again, which for some reason loudens the music, but oh well. And at the top, you can see a Pac-Man ghost once I've chosen this. I'm just going to choose the story type here, and the jungle is the current trend, and I can choose the budget for the story, which is $0 for me because I don't have a cent to my name after buying the license for the It's Happy. Oh well, here you can see the Pac-Man ghost and the progress in the middle. It's going pretty well, and kind of a good time to bring up. I'm also playing these two games because Game Dev Tycoon and GamersGoMakers being those two, because I think I want to start developing a Game Dev Tycoon kind of game, because and this is just warning me that my money is going a little lower, but mostly because it's a game mostly revolving around maths, which is easy to program, and I'm 21 now. I need to start getting my life skills up, so I think I'm just going to be getting into programming more, as that's what I want to work in for the rest of my life. So I'm going to be making that kind of game as practice, and I doubt it'll ever release, but it's a fun game to practice with. It requires simple user interface, and yeah, I'm just still not sure if I'm going to be doing voxels or 2D. Most likely 2D, though I've actually been considering an option where I could do both, which might be interesting. Okay, so things are going pretty well here. The game is about to finish, and this is kind of just where you kind of sit there waiting in the game. Here you can see a new research is available with the times, mono sound. And there's a strong trend for simulation sport games coming up, so the next game I'm going to be making is a sport game. So let's see what we do. Ultra experience gained. You've gained extra experience from the last project. Well done. This basically lets me boost one of my skills even further, even though it does level down here, the same as in Game Dev Tycoon, but sometimes you'll get to get an extra boost in there just to level something quickly. So that's actually curious. What do I want to level? I think I want to level... it's actually quite a tough one. I'll level sound because sound is quite important. And game price is going to be $20. That's kind of the standard, and I'll leave it that way. And you've got your first review, and this is much more telling about what you did wrong than Game Dev Tycoon. Here's a full-blown review, a large one as well. And as you can see, perhaps you should have paid more attention to the sound. It was very important. And I should have. So I think next time I'm going to be taking 1 point away from gameplay and putting that into sound. But that is kind of hard to remember. I didn't bring a pen and paper, but next time I'll be bringing one, and I'll just work on that. For now, let's play it by memory. I'm going to basically... Seems you've got your first fan. Exciting, isn't it? Ooh, fans. It said fan last time because I only got one. That's interesting attention to detail. So as you can see, the fans are going up, and I'm getting some money. So while that's going, I'm just going to research mono sound, and I think I'm going to wait for a new trend. There's this trend for simulation sport games, but maybe a story I could put in there will come up, and then I could hit a double trend. Or no, I shouldn't be greedy. The research is finished. Let's start a new project. It is going to be a simulation sports game. Let's hit it on the Atapi. And I'll be right back after I've generated the game name. Okay, so the sport has been decided. It is college booty fighting. Oh no, I just went back on the page. Okay, ignore that. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. It happened again. Okay, just ignore that tiny cut. Basically, aside from this game being incredibly hard to capture, and me failing to capture it in 2 recordings, this is my 3rd take. I'm somehow enduring that. It also hates alt-tabbing. You can't... I kept trying to type, and then it would go back in the browser. So let's just type it in. It was... college booty fighting? It's kind of hard to remember after fighting with everything. So let's just get that going. And I've never made a sports game. The sad thing is, in my brain, I was just thinking, okay, what's important in booty fighting? It's like, no, that is not where your brain should be. What is important in a simulation sports game? The gameplay should be pretty important. Game writing is not. Level design. What else? I don't think sound is that important in this game. So let's just see what we can do. I think the content design is fairly important. So let's do this. I think that is fairly good to go with. And now the percentage bar is just going to go up, and I'm going to be sitting here awkwardly. I apologize for my phone going off. I will mute that now. The sad thing is I went to the trouble of turning off everything that people can contact me on. Skype, Steam, everything, and then I forgot about my phone just sitting in front of me on my desk. That's kind of disappointing. So, there's no story trends going on right now, so let's just go with medieval. That might come up. Maybe. I don't know. Let's put a bit of budget behind it, and let's put it into a couple countries. Basically, that was just me paying for the game to be translated into a few languages. And in the top left, you can see Game Studio 2000 just released a simulation sport game already. That was really fast. That's impressive. It's called World of Table Tennis Stars. I think I'm not the only one using the random game name generator here. That game name is so obscure and strange. But I'm just going to let things go, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so Kind of disappointed. There's a strong trend for samurai games coming up. But, you know, the odds of me hitting the right story were pretty low. I don't even think this genre can do samurai games. Okay, so everything's all done here. Let's see how the review did. Or how the reviews are for my game. I've been improving your skills. Basically just telling me training is available. Which I think is always after your second game. And as kind of is, I'd hope, imagined, it did a lot better in the score. If game writing... Oh, no, it's actually sound that suffered. I should have put more points into sound this time. This is getting quite complicated. Okay, so overall though, there was nothing in the red this time, which is pretty good. My other game just got off the market, and here you can see the Atapi and action games make people happy. Okay, they wanted a lot more violence in that game. This is just a bit of a chart showing the balance of violence. Green is people were happy, blue means they want a lot more, and red is just too much. I find this funny though, that there's so many red as well. Oh well, let's move on from that. And I'm basically just going to wait for a new trend to hit, as I usually do. In the meantime, I'm going to train. Programming for dummies. And we'll see how that affects my skills, while I have a sip of my drink. And the training is done. You can see the progress in the top left, by the way. There was no ghost this time. So, I'm a little better at everything now, thankfully. Advanced Programming for Dummies is available now, so I think it's worth becoming the best programmer I can, since I'm the only one in this building right now. It's going to be a while before I can get anyone else. Oh, he started it automatically. Must be because of what I clicked. I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay. And everything's done, nothing's leveled, but he's getting better at everything, which is the important part. There's no more game training, so I'm just going to wait for a trend to come. As the simulation sports games trend died out, and I would never have made a game that fast. I could have made a samurai game, but I don't know. I'd like there to be 2 trends out. Warning, the taxman cometh again and again. Every January, in fact, he never forgets and he wants his money. So, every January, based on your income, the taxman comes and he takes his part. Make sure you never spend all of your money, or you'll be in kind of a bad situation. So, I'm getting some good training in at least when it comes out. Welcome to Geometry Wars with vector graphics. I know I must have read that badly, but oh well. I'm just waiting on this trend, so I'll just put a cut here until the trend comes in. Okay, so somehow there's still not been a trend, and it's been a very long time. It's now January, and they give you a bit of a breakdown on how everything went. So we got a total of 176,000, and the annual result was 143, blah blah blah. Well, no, the total negative from everything platforming license. The total expenses was 176,000, but my total income from games was 320, so I got 140. Over here you can see a bit of a breakdown of that, but it's not very intuitive nor thought through, but at least they let you see it, as most games don't let you. So, the tax was 35,000, and that's been taken away now. And I'm just amazed. Okay, samurai games trend has died out, so now we're just waiting for another trend to hit in. Which shouldn't be long, but I don't want any waiting in here. Oh! It's jungle games again. Okay. So, let's make an action platforming game. Again. Let's put on the Atapi. And let's generate a game name. I'll be with you when it's done. Okay, so I have a soft spot for this game. Well, this name, not this game. In Your Face. Gun Siege. Why not? So, let's go through that. Vector graphics instead of text-based. Finally, it's here, the future. Okay, so let's use this previous, or what was wrong with the previous game? I can't remember at all. This is where it's really nice to have a piece of paper. Though the score should be better just because I'm better at making games now. So, this is actually kind of a tough one. Was it the content design that was just a little too low? Although, how do I have less points in content design right now? My person is quite good at making games, so let's put that down. Content design up. Did I put sound design down? Maybe that was where it was hindered. I am so confused. I'm just going to click the tick and hope everything goes well. So, here goes the ghost, and they asked for more violence last time, so let's give them some more violence. And I'm just going to subtitle it everywhere, why not? It is going to be in the jungle with a 30k budget. I'm spending a lot of money, 45,000 just on translation and story. Okay, programming up, and Game Brothers just released an action platforming game for the Atapi called Annihilation. Weird name for a platformer, but you know, I'm using a random generator, so who am I to ever judge them? God damn it, the 5200's out. I feel like I just missed a huge chance for this game to release on a new platform. And I just spent so much money on the story already. Damn you, Atapi. The video game industry is growing. Marketing is now available once your game is completed. At least that's there, so I could maybe hit a couple people. If this game is good, I can get some fans, and then I'll hit the Atapi 5200 next time. I wish there was kind of a speed option in this game to just basically change a modifier to make everything go a little faster, make the ghost's percentage go up faster, make the trends die out faster. That would really do well, I think, or just be a good idea. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would enjoy that. I would, at least. Not everyone wants to sit playing this game for a very long period, and it would just be nice. But it's at 82%, so I'm curious at how the marketing looks, because it's been a long time since I played the game. I know you can advertise in magazines, TV, radio, but I don't think all those options are available at the beginning of the game. It would surprise me at the very least. So, how confident am I? Confident enough to get magazine adverts, I'd say. I feel like the magazine ads should be more expensive based on how many languages, aka countries, you support. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that point away from gameplay. I still got a reasonable review, but I shouldn't have taken that point away. There's just issues there. I'm not even sure how I can fix that. I think my developer is just a bit too unskilled to get everything perfectly. Though, to be fair, if I wanted to make so many action platformers, I should have leveled the skills that tie into that at the beginning of the game. The music got quite a bit louder. Interesting. So let's just train. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we have 2 new courses that require 5 days each. Let's just get those, get my programmer as good as he can be. And once those are done, I'm going to get going, and I'm going to make another video tomorrow. Ooh, where'd my trading option go? Okay, just a bit of a bug. Even though it says it's done on the top left, you have to wait for all the bubbles to disappear. Bit of a weird issue that is never going to be fixed. We can deal with this. And we leveled up gameplay to level 3. That is beautiful. Okay, that was a bit interesting over there. Is there anything else I can do? I can research AI. And I'd just like to use the time to say thank you for watching. The support means a lot to me, especially if you actually watch to the end of the video. Just getting started making videos is kind of tough, so thank you so much for the support. If you have any feedback, let me know. And if you want to subscribe, thank you. I'll see you later.